Good evening, everyone. My name is Celeste de la Cabra. Welcome back to my channel. So, I've got my hair freshly dyed, and I'm ready to go ahead and talk about all the Blu-rays and 4Ks that I purchased in the month of August in the year of our Lord 2022. Some of these I didn't actually purchase this month. They were either pre-ordered or, what have you, and actually showed up this month. I'm just going to be talking about everything that showed up this month, essentially. And I have everything divided in two sections. This first stack is stuff that I've already covered in a video, so I'm going to try to blast through that pretty quickly. And then the second stack is stuff that I haven't yet discussed in a video. And actually a good amount of that stack I'm going to be discussing in depth in a future video. So might not spend too much time on that stack either. Hopefully this video will be short, but you all, as viewers of this channel, know the penchant I have for long-winded explanations and takes on films, even if they're films I haven't seen. But we're definitely going to try to blast through this first stack. August was a fairly relatively slow month for me. I did not spend too much money, actually. I kept, my purchases pretty well within budget. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started. First, from Amazon, I got this limited edition steelbook of Martin Scorsese's Shutter Island. So there's the back. Next, another random Amazon deal. I got the Blu-ray for Because of Winn-Dixie. Lots of nostalgia here. We'll see how well it holds up on the rewatch. And then from my Circle of Trust package from Oscilloscope, we've got So Late, So Soon, No Ordinary Man, La Notre, or Our Own, and Short Bus. I have a video discussing those in depth if you want to check that out. Next, from a kind of seller on Facebook, we got the complete series for Serial Experiments Lane, the Walmart exclusive 4K for Everything Everywhere All at Once, the standard 4Ks for Unbreakable and Split, and from Warner Archive, The Thing from Another World. Okay, so from Diabolic DVD, I got the Arrow limited edition box set of Gaspar Noé's Enter the Void. I received a request to do a full review of this, and I think that's a good idea, so hopefully I'll have time to do that on the channel sometime soon. Speaking of reviews I need to shoot, I also got this second sight edition of Robert Eggers' The Witch. I know I promised a full review of this one, but I set pretty high standards for myself, and it's taken me a while to actually go through everything on this disc and read the booklet and everything like that. So it won't be very timely by the time it's up, but I hope that some of you will still get something out of it, because I'm sure not everybody bought this on day one. And if it ever goes out of print, you'll want to know what's in it to see if it's worth buying the flipper prices. Next, another random Amazon deal from Warner Archive, Mad Love. And then from the Kino Lorber going out of print sale, you'll have to double check if these are still available, but we got Silkwood, The Night Strangler, The Night Stalker, The Spiral Staircase, and Hell in the Pacific. And finally, in this first stack of stuff I've already covered, just another random Amazon deal from Warner Archive, Children of the Damned. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about stuff that I haven't covered yet on the channel, and let's kind of take it by ear, or kind of play it by ear in terms of how in-depth I want to talk about this stuff, and which titles I want to make separate full videos on. This first stack, I've been planning to do a video on this for a while and just haven't gotten around to it. So I'll kind of briefly touch on it, but expect a full video talking about these sometime this week. I placed an order with Sloppy Second Sales, which is a kind of bootleg distributor of stuff that you can't get on Blu-ray. So we got this despecialized theatrical Star Wars trilogy. So this is how they were shown in the theater, kind of remastered with elements of the Blu-ray, etc. I'll talk about it more in depth later. Also the Blu-ray of Pink Floyd's The Wall, M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, and the uncensored King Turd collection of the complete original series of Beavis and Butthead. Again, expect a video on that in the future. Next, this was just something I bought on eBay because I figured people would be selling their copies of it pretty cheap, and I was right, they were. I got the Criterion Blu-ray edition of Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love. This is a film that I do really love. I don't love it as much as other people seem to, but I think I'm due for a rewatch. I was kind of holding out on buying this in case of the announcement of a 4K, and then it did happen, and then I ended up buying it anyway because if you watch my live stream with James over at 20 and 21st Movies, we talked about this quite a bit, but the new 4K is going to be a 4K version of the restoration that is available in the World of Wong Kar-wai box set, which I don't have yet, which, if you know anything about it, is completely different in its color timing from this one. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently the reds are changed to greens. I don't know how that is possible or how that would look good because red is such a important like thematic and visual motif in this film, but I'll wait to see reviews on the new 4K because it also doesn't have HDR, so I don't see how a 4K restoration that's already out on Blu-ray just being put on a Blu-ray disc without HDR. I mean, like, I have equipment that upscales that stuff. I don't know how much of a difference it's really going to make. So, I mean, there's different artwork in a different booklet, so I might end up getting it, but to be fully complete in terms of In the Mood for Love on Blu-ray and in the Criterion Collection, you have to have all three, and I wanted to have the original version represented in the collection. So, went ahead and grabbed this one. This was like $15 after shipping, so beat the sale price. The rest of this stuff actually showed up today, so perfect timing to talk about it in this video. First is an order I placed at Orbit DVD. If you're unaware of Orbit DVD, you really should be aware because they are one of the best places to get used boutique Blu-rays. They're also my favorite spot to buy UK import Blu-rays from labels like Second Sight and Indicator and the Arrow Video UK exclusive stuff. Like, you can buy all that stuff direct, but a lot of the times it's kind of cost prohibitive because of the shipping. So Orbit is a really great resource, and I think their prices are generally better than Diabolic DVD. It just kind of depends on availability, but they're my favorite resource for this. So with that long-winded introduction aside, I picked up 3 titles, as I always do, at least 3, because you get free shipping if you buy at least 3 titles. Went ahead and got Julia Ducournau's, I hope I said that right, her film Raw. This is the Second Sight edition. It's not 4K despite the black case. It's just this regular Blu-ray, but this is just the standard edition. I had been kind of wanting the limited edition one for a while, but it's sold out. And so I've seen this film before. I watched it in college with my ex-girlfriend. I think I watched it on Netflix. As a vegan, I think it's supposed to, like, it's made to make me feel uncomfortable. And it really did, but not in the ways that I think it was trying to in terms of the weird meat stuff. That stuff I could handle, but there was something about the lead actress's performance in this that made me so deeply uncomfortable that I actually really disliked this film. But I think I've grown quite a bit since then in my film appreciation and what I look for in cinema and how I approach it. So Avery really wanted to see this, so I saw that they had it for a good price. I've been meaning to rewatch it, and it has a audio commentary from Alexandra West of the Faculty of Horror podcast, which I'm a huge fan of. So honestly, even if I don't like it, it's probably going to be worth it for the audio commentary and all these great supplements alone. Next, from Fractured Visions, is 29 Palms. All 3 of these are imports, by the way, which is really nice. So, you know, I got 3 boutique imports for a fairly solid price. This is the limited edition. This was on sale on their site. I guess they weren't moving units of this, but what can you do? This again has an audio commentary from Alexandra West, and that's actually how this film got on my radar, is because the Faculty of Horror, the patron feed got a kind of bonus review of this film. And you can't watch it or buy it anywhere in the United States, probably because of the content. As far as I'm aware, this is a very extreme film. Yeah, I think the sex and violence on this is kind of off the charts, and I kind of have a special interest in like really extreme filmmaking. So this is another one on the list to check out, and I want to watch everything that they cover on the podcast. So like I said, audio commentary from Alexandra West. So I figure even if this gets a Criterion or a Kino or something, it probably won't have that commentary. So it's worth having both times. I might do a little unboxing. There's the cover. But I was flipping through this earlier. And there's a lot of nudity like in the inserts and in the art cards, so don't want to get too naughty over here on YouTube land. But it does include art cards and a nice booklet. Okay, and finally from Orbit, from Indicator, the limited edition of Diary of a Mad Housewife. I've already discussed this film kind of in depth on the channel when I did one of the Kino unboxings, because Kino Lorber actually does have a version of this. But as I alluded to in that video, I might want to double dip on it, and I did, because the supplements are completely different. And this, I just love Indicator, and this is a nice edition. This has a nice booklet in it, which the Kino does not. This has a second like the TV version of the film, which the Indicator does, or which the Kino doesn't have. And there's also just a bunch more special features. So there are special features exclusive to the Kino edition as well, so I'll be keeping both, but now I have both, and I have all the features for this incredible film. It's one of my all-time favorites. If you haven't seen it, pick up some kind of edition of it. There's the inside, the nice booklet, the disc. Let me get y'all's opinion on this. Here's the reversible cover art. I like that a lot, but I think that the original I just think this is so good. The only thing is, this is the artwork on the Kino, so I could represent both by flipping it. And this side doesn't have that fucking garish ratings logo that British releases for some reason have to have, I think. Otherwise, I don't know why you would choose to do that. But yeah, let me flip it. Let's see how it looks. So there it is with the reversible. I know this is very important stuff, so give me your hot takes down below. Okay, and the last stack here is the package I got from Vinegar Syndrome. These are the August releases and a slew of partner label titles that I went ahead and threw in there because I think I like the partner labels better, to be completely honest, but we'll see. I'll keep watching, and maybe one day my opinion will flip on that. I'm just going to run through the actual Vinegar Syndrome proper stuff pretty fast because like I did last month, I'm going to do a full unboxing and review of everything on here, but I want to go ahead and show you because I got it and hopefully hype you up for that video. So I'm just going to briefly go through these, but once I get through watching all of it, and who knows how long that's going to take because there's a box set in here, I will have a video actually breaking down everything that's in the packages and like going through all the supplements and actually reviewing the films. So first is a double feature. It's a Hot Snake and Guns and Guts. From what I understand, these are really bloody and violent kind of Mexican Westerns. I'm not sure. I'm a big fan of violent Westerns, so these look pretty intense, so we'll have to see how it goes. Next is The Incredible Melting Man on, bam, 4K Ultra HD. I've never seen this one either. It's got a really nice slip to it. I love The Incredible Shrinking Man. I'm a huge fan of that. I don't think this is anything like that, but I know Scream Factory either has or had a Blu-ray of this, and now we get the upgrade, I guess. So we'll see on that one. This next one, I'm not so sure about. It's The Birds 2, Land's End. I love The Birds, but as far as I'm aware, this was just a really cheap cash grab that, I mean, you can see the Universal logo on it. They produced this. And Tippi Hedren is in it, but apparently not reprising her character, which makes no sense. We'll see. I think it's gonna be crap, but hopefully the supplements will make it worth it, or hopefully some unfortunate soul will buy it from me on ye old eBay. And finally, from the Vinegar Syndrome proper, we have the Forgotten Jolly Volume 5. Now, the OCD part of me is kind of like, well, now I need 1 through 4, and a lot of those are out of print, and terms of the hardbox versions, but I'll get over it. And we'll just start with this and see if I like these and if it's worth seeking out the others. We'll see. But I'm a fan of these Vinegar Syndrome hard boxes. They're not super space efficient, but they look really nice on the shelf and they feel nice in my hands. Got a little embossed eyeball here. Yeah, so this includes the films A White Dress for Marielle, Tropic of Cancer, and 9 Guests for a Crime. I don't know the first thing about any of these. And I like Giallo, but I'm not super familiar with it outside of the works of Dario Argento. So this would be a nice primer for me to get a little more into it. Okay, and now the partner label stuff and we're done. So first, from Utopia Releasing, We're All Going to the World's Fair. There's the back, and there's the reversible. There's the inside. A lot of these came with booklets, which is really nice. I love a booklet. So now I bought this for a few reasons. It's an art house horror film directed by a woman, and Alex G actually did the music for it, and I'm a huge fan of him. So in terms of the film itself, that's checking a lot of boxes of stuff that I like. So I feel fairly confident I'm going to really love it. I guess I should say I have not seen any of these partner label titles that I'm about to talk about. These were all blind buys for me. The other thing is that this has a glow-in-the-dark slipcover, which felt like a really fun novelty, and I kind of wanted to see what it would look like. And if it's not a first to the format in general, it's certainly a first to my collection. So I tested it out earlier. I tried to get the room as dark as possible, like in the bathroom, and just totally black it out. It wasn't working very well. I'm not sure why, but maybe if I try again or if I wait longer, like I'll have it displayed when we're watching the film. Maybe it'll start to show up better or something. But you can actually kind of see, yeah, you can kind of see where it's supposed to light up, especially on the back here. I think that's cool that the text on the back lights up, but this was really not working for whatever reason. Maybe I'm misunderstanding glow-in-the-dark as a concept, but there's that. Other than that, I hate the texture on it. Whatever the glow-in-the-dark mechanism is that's on it, I actually hate holding this. I have texture sensitivity issues because my brain is broken, and I will say I don't like that. But I love the slipcover, and I love this release. I think it looks great. So we'll talk about the film at some point when I watch it. Next, from Canadian International Pictures, we have The Kid Brother. So there's that, and then there's that, and then there's that. It's all wonky. And then there's what I guess is the original poster art. It looks pretty bad, but at least they're keeping this kind of horizontal orientation thing consistent. This kind of landscape look. Anyway, this label was recommended to me by a viewer, and so their titles look really interesting to me. Like, they really find some deep cuts that seem to be of pretty solid artistic merit. Like, they're not just finding exploitation stuff, which there's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of these labels cover that stuff pretty okay. So to have like a company actually unearthing all these Canadian like drama and art films is really exciting to me. So the premise of this one seemed really intriguing, and I mean, these titles are so obscure you can't find them anywhere. So just went ahead and, you know, did the blind buy, and we'll see how it goes. So that's that one. Next, again from Canadian International Pictures, is Don't Let the Angels Fall. This was the title that was specifically recommended to me by a viewer, so I want to thank that viewer for recommending this stuff to me and making me spend my money, but I think it'll be worth it if this is as good as they said it was. This one also seems to include 2 other films by the director, which I'm just such a sucker for, when they can include like short films and stuff that are either really hard to find or just weren't available. I think that stuff is really underappreciated, and it's a huge selling point for me. The back of the slipcover says, "You're going to suffer whether you like the idea of it or not," which is hard as fuck, honestly. I pulled this down and I was like, God damn. So I actually really don't know much about this at all. I just took this person's word for it, and it was getting low in numbers, so I went ahead and grabbed it sooner rather than later. There's the original poster art. This one is also like really obscure. You can't really find it, but the guys over at Chasing Labels also said that this was really great. So it was already kind of on my radar, but then when I got that comment being like, this one's amazing, you should check it out, I was like, all right. Oh, holy shit. There's like 6 bonus short films on this, and a lot of them are not like that short. A lot of these are half an hour, so god damn, that's a lot. And it says that there's English subtitles for all 8 films. Bless you. Bless you guys, honestly. Also, as somebody who watches films really late at night when they don't want to wake up their partners, it's highly appreciated, so thank you. Anyway, I've blathered on long enough. Don't let the angels fall. And finally, this might be a controversial one. Who knows? From VHS Hitfest, or VH Shitfest, I'm not sure which it's supposed to be. The Corn Shucker. There's the actual artwork. And then there's more reversible art, but I thought it was horrible, so I flipped it over and did this one. But, all right, so there's a lot that kind of went into my decision to purchase this. This is a brand new sub-label for Vinegar Syndrome, so it's nice to have the opportunity to kind of start from the beginning, and if I really like the type of stuff that they're putting out, which seems to be like stuff that languished on VHS and never saw a DVD release or anything like that, which is a really cool concept, I think. Yeah, just to see if I like the stuff that they put out, and then I can actually start the collection from the beginning, which would be fun and nice, you know? But this one was really obscure. I don't think anybody outside of whoever acquired this could see it. I don't know how the fuck they even knew about it or heard about it. They must have had like a VHS tape floating around and they were like, this shit rips. We need to put it out. And then they tracked down the guy. I don't know. Hopefully there's some kind of supplement to help me figure it out. But there's the inside. And there's the other cover art, which I just think is so hideous. But, you know, I guess that's kind of on purpose, right? And yeah, in the Vinegar Syndrome group, people were roasting this to shit because I guess it sold out really quickly, of the slipcover variant anyway, the limited edition version, and everybody was like, wow, y'all will just buy anything with a slipcover on it, huh? You don't even care about movies. I think that take is annoying. I think it is sometimes accurate, but it is generally just annoying, I think. Anyway, the contrarian in me kind of saw this discourse escalate as it got lower and lower in numbers, and people were like, I can't believe you all are buying this garbage. And I'm like, well, how the fuck do you know it's garbage? I know you've never seen it. On Letterboxd, this has like 20 views or something. You fuckers have not seen this. And you're out here talking shit because what? It looks silly? Like, it's obscure? It seems dumb to you? I don't know. But Justin LaLiberty said that this was kind of part of a horror avant-garde, and the back of it describes it as being very Lynchian, and that's how he described it as well. I don't know, seeing images from it, reading the synopsis, and hearing that it's kind of like an art house take on like a Hicksploitation thing or something, and that it's influenced by the works of David Lynch, it seems like something I would really like. So my decision regarding this is I'm going to do a full review on it. So I'm not going to give you a timeline on it. I don't know when I'll get to watch it, but it seems that nobody has seen this thing, and people are kind of baffled as to why it sells and if it's worth getting. And so I'm just going to throw my hat in the ring on that one and talk about what I think about the actual film and not what I think about stupid slipcover discourse. So that's what an Enter the Void review, a Witch review, a Vinegar Syndrome Slate review, and a Corn Shucker review that I've now committed myself to. So look forward to all of those. If you liked this video and you want to see those videos, please click the subscribe button. We are dangerously close to our goal of 100 subscribers, and the anticipation is starting to eat away at my heart and soul. Liking the video also helps other people find us, find my channel in general. Please give me lovely comments to read. It warms my heart so to see that somebody has left a comment and that we can have a lovely, productive dialogue below. If you want to get a little more intimate with me, there are links in the description for my Letterboxd, my Rate Your Music, and my Instagram accounts. So come find me there. Let's hang out. I'll have my Letterboxd recap up soon. I'll have that Sloppy Seconds video up soon. A lot of videos coming your way in the future, so stick around. That's it. Hail celluloid, hail cinema, and hail Satan. Bye.